The sin of the dead oak. The curse that never goes away. Elias Rowan had returned to his grandmother's remote estate for the first time in years. The house sat at the edge of a quiet valley, surrounded by acres of dying trees and fields left wild since her passing. He came only to sort through her belongings, sell the property, and put his childhood behind him. But the land had other plans. Chapter 1. The Box Beneath the Oak. On the second evening, while searching the backyard for old tools, Elias noticed the dead oak tree, massive, twisted, its blackened branches stretching toward the sky like skeletal arms. As a child, he had been forbidden to go near it. His grandmother always said it was not a place for the living. A strange glint beneath the roots caught his eye. Half buried in dry soil lay a small, obsidian-colored box carved with symbols he did not recognize. It felt impossibly cold when he touched it, cold enough to numb his fingertips. When he lifted it, the ground trembled softly, though there was no wind. He hesitated, but curiosity outweighed caution. Inside the house, he set the box on the table and opened it. There was only a single piece of paper, fragile with age. Written in thin, unsteady strokes were two words: "Forgive me." A sudden chill moved through the house. The lights flickered. The old walls groaned. Something invisible brushed past Elias's shoulder, leaving a trail of biting cold that sank through his skin. He shut the box, but the damage was done. That night, the nightmares began. Chapter 2. The Nightmare. In his dream, Elias wandered through his grandmother's house, but the walls were covered in black stains that pulsed like veins. A shadowed figure stood at the end of the hallway, faceless, its edges dripping darkness onto the floor. It whispered, a slow, scraping whisper, like knives dragged over stone, spoke his name. He tried to run, but the house melted around him, dissolving into a pit of black smoke. The figure reached out, long fingers stretching toward his chest. Elias woke with a violent gasp. Every wall in his bedroom was smeared with dark streaks shaped like claw marks. His dream had followed him into waking life. Chapter 3. The Curse Awakens. Over the next days, the curse tightened its grip. Shadows in the house lengthened unnaturally. Sometimes his own shadow twitched as though struggling to detach itself. Mirrors reflected a figure standing behind him, tall, shapeless, and patient. People he contacted became ill within hours. A store clerk he spoke to collapsed behind the counter. A neighbor who came to greet him retreated pale-faced, shaking, claiming she felt something watching from behind him. Animals refused to come near the property. Stray cats hissed from a distance. Birds avoided the sky above the oak tree entirely. At night, Elias heard whispers beneath the floorboards. Pleading whispers. "Return it. You opened it. You freed it." He checked the box again. Still empty. Whatever had been sealed inside was no longer trapped. Chapter 4. The Truth Buried in Blood. Desperate to understand, Elias searched the house for any clue his grandmother had left behind. In a locked chest in the attic, he found her old journals. The final entries were frantic, written in shaky handwriting. The darkness grows stronger. I can hear it calling. I must bury the vessel deeper. The curse must not touch the boy. If anyone opens the box, the hunger will find them. I pray Elias never returns here. Forgive me, Elias dropped the journal. His hands trembled. His grandmother had trapped something in that box, something ancient and ravenous. And by opening it, Elias had become its new host. The shadows around him seemed to swell, as if pleased by his realization. Chapter 5: The Return to the Oak. On the sixth night, Elias felt the curse consuming him from the inside. His reflection no longer matched his movements. When he blinked, the figure in the mirror did not. His shadow crept across the floor on its own, reaching for him like a starving animal. He knew he had to return the box to where he found it or die trying. Carrying a lantern, he walked to the dead oak tree. The night was unnaturally still. Even the insects were silent. He placed the box back beneath the roots. The soil shuddered as if breathing. A black fog poured from the ground, curling upward, forming the silhouette from his nightmares. "You opened my prison," it whispered, its voice deeper than the earth. "You carry my hunger now." Elias stumbled backward, but the fog swarmed him, twisting around his limbs, forcing its way beneath his skin. He felt it devouring his warmth, his thoughts, his very name. He screamed, but the sound dissolved into the darkness. Chapter 6: A New Shadow. At dawn, the oak tree split open, hollowed and charred from within. The box lay empty beside its roots. Elias was nowhere in sight, but on the grass, stretching impossibly long in the morning light, was a shadow, one with no body to cast it. It pulsed, trembled, then began crawling slowly toward the nearest house at the edge of the valley. The curse had not died. It had simply chosen a new vessel, and it was hungry,